hear 20 facts that sound fake, but are actually true. Antarctica is the only continent with no indigenous spiders. The world's first meteorite age wine was launched by Ian Hutchin. It is a Cabernet Sauvignon called Meteorite that was aged with a 4.5 billion year old meteorite from the asteroid belt between Mars and Jupiter, which crashed in Chile's Atacama Desert some 6,000 years ago. The most successful interrogator of World War II is named Hans Scharf. Instead of using torture on a prisoner, he would be friendly to them to gain their trust by taking them to a cinema or camp, or by sharing a tea or coffee with them. Airports in the United States use peregrine falcons to keep gulls and geese away from the runways in order to reduce the risk of collision with planes. Every single year, the Netherlands sends 20,000 tulip bulbs to Canada to thank them for their help in the Second World War. Pieces of Albert Einstein's brain are on display at the Mutter Museum of Philadelphia since the man's death in 1955. In 1999, Linné, a Danish physicist, became the first person ever to slow a beam light down to only 17 meters per second and later stopping the light entirely using a machine called the Bose-Einstein condensate. Occasionally, a hen will lay an egg inside of an egg called counterperistalsis contraction, and occurs while the hen is in the process of forming an egg in her oviduct, and a second oocyte is released by the ovary before the first egg has completely traveled through the oviduct and been laid. If the human eye were a digital camera, it would have a resolution of about 576 megapixels. A Dutch artist discovered a way to create clouds in the middle of a room by carefully balancing temperature, humidity, and lighting. In fact, he regularly uses those clouds in his artwork. After his success in the Harry Potter films, Rupert Grint, who played Ron Weasley, bought a 1974 ice cream truck to fulfill his childhood dream of becoming an ice cream man. He used it to drive around giving free ice cream and lollipops to children. In Finland, expectant mothers have been given a box by the state. It's like a starter kit of clothes, sheets, and toys that can even be used as a bed. And some say it helped Finland achieve one of the world's lowest infant mortality rates. It is a tradition that dates back to the 1930s. Author Stephen King used to sell the rights to some of his short stories for just $1. Film students could use them to make movies. He referred to them as his dollar babies. Unfortunately, the dollar baby program ended on December 31st, 2023. In April of 2016, an octopus named Inky escaped from the National Aquarium in New Zealand. After the lid to his tank was left slightly open, he squeezed out and managed to find his way to one of the drain holes that took him back to the ocean. The Pallas's cat is the oldest living species of modern cat that first appeared 12 million years ago. Although they started off selling hot dogs from a cart in the 1930s, today fast food giant McDonald's sells 75 hamburgers every second of every day. The Amber Alert, which stands for America's Missing Broadcast Emergency Response, is put out when a child goes missing, and came about after 9-year-old Amber Hagerman was kidnapped and murdered on January 13, 1996. Local broadcasters and law enforcement came together to get information out quickly following the child's abduction. National Amber Alert Awareness Day is held annually on January 13th to honor Amber's memory and heighten awareness about child abduction. If you type into Google Zerg Rush and click on I'm feeling lucky, Zerg Rush Google will eat the search page. Buttermilk does not contain any butter. In fact, it is quite low in fat, and it is actually good for your digestion. A baker's dozen, or devil's dozen, a number equaling 13, originated from the practice of baking 13 items for an intended dozen. It was insurance against the items being lower than the statutory weight or of lower than usual quality, which could cause the baker to be fined. Please don't forget to like and subscribe. Thank you so much for watching. I see you guys next time.